How much should Australia spend on its military?
No idea.
How long is a piece of string, I suppose?
So compared to, I think, the proportion, how much United States spends, how much does Australia really spend?
I don't think it's a big percentage, but I can quickly check.
Yes, I think it's not a
It won't
big
be anywhere near
percentage.
the US.
I think about the same as now, or somewhat less, because that money can be used in some other sectors than military. It's a peaceful country, and it's very far from any other place. It doesn't have much conflicts, and especially doesn't have any border conflicts. So this additional money, what they would want to spend on military, should go on something else in the country.
Yeah, it's about 2% that we spend, 2% GDP that we spend on the military. I'm not sure what the US is off the top of my head, but it's about 3.7% the US. I think we're in an interesting geopolitical environment, and we're in a place where we could confidently say we don't need it as much as some of the other countries in the world. That being said, a lot of our military has been used in terms of providing relief for disasters that happen, political disasters that have happened in the Southeast Asian region over the years. So yeah, I would say about the same as now, just in the scheme of things. But I think they should invest more in technology rather than personnel. I just don't think there's a need for us to have, hundreds of thousands of soldiers anymore. That's not the kind of defense that the world's going towards. So.
And what's the argument people are giving for an increasing expenditure on military in the political context?
China?
I think China is a big fear in terms of how they're taking over the Southeast Asian seaboard. There's also a lot of conspiracy theories around cyber warfare. There's some real threats, of course, but there's also a lot of conspiracies about cyber warfare, that China being a threat to Australia. And so I think people who want to spend more on military tend to think that that's our biggest enemy or biggest threat going forward.
Maybe they can restructure the military budget to spend to have a more to have an increased share in to combat cyber warfare and cyber intelligence, and in things like that. I think these days, I think more expenditure is more spending is needed on gathering intelligence and building intelligence than buying guns and tanks and stuff like that.
That's right.
So maybe you don't need an increased spend on military, but that's a matter of data again. But I think I agree with you. I think it should be about the same as an overall.
Yeah, I think 2% it's reasonable by world standards. Did you want to add anything here, Babu Gogineni?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't have the figures.
Okay, understood.
But the world should move towards having less spend on military. And of all the countries of the world, Australia is the best place because it is the farthest away from any nation that you can hope for. An entire continent at such a distance. That same money could be used in space exploration. It could be used in creating 1 or 2 new cities in the country, like Dubai has done.
Yeah. Great. Has Babu Gogineni just convinced us to go somewhat less?
I think so, yes.
That's happened a few times today. Awesome. How much funding should non-government schools receive from the Commonwealth? So